Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Gael. If you're returning, welcome back! And thank you so much for joining. So as you saw when you clicked on the title, this will be a chit chat. Get ready with me. What do I plan on talking about? We'll see. I really don't know. I didn't have a prompt or anything. But I did just want to record doing my makeup and getting ready. I'm going out for drinks with my neighbor, so just filming the process. All right, the first thing I'm gonna do is pull my hair back. I'm gonna be wearing a wig because it is quite cold and my hair does not thrive in that type of environment. Clip my hair back. I'm gonna take my brow glue by NYX and work on the brows. So my neighbor and I are going to this Cuban restaurant downtown. I think it's downtown. I actually don't really know where it is, but I feel like it's downtown. Last time she and I got together, we went to a local spot and just got drinks and hella appetizers. We met up for lunch specifically, but appetizers were too good. So now I'm going to use my, I think this is called a spoolie. I'm gonna use my spoolie and brush those hairs kind of up and also diagonal, and then go across the very top with just some kind of formation, bringing the hairs together. Like so. All right, so while that is drying, I'm gonna go ahead and put a little primer on my face. I don't want to do a full beat, which I feel like primer really does that. Very, very light primer. And I'll be using the e.l.f. Hydrating Face Primer. Just literally just a little bit because I'm gonna go get drinks and some appetizers, and then I'm gonna come home, shower, get in pajamas. Like, it's not some elaborate thing that's about to happen. So, but it's winter, it's dry season, which is why I went with the e.l.f. Hydrating Primer as opposed to something else. All right, so I kind of want to use my Fenty Beauty foundation, but I don't remember the last time I've used it, only because I haven't been using a lot of foundation. I don't know if it's still my color now that we're in winter. I'm gonna go in with Mented foundation stick. And I did have primer on, but I'm just gonna go in kind of light, and see how it all blends out. I am definitely a buildable coverage kind of girl when it comes to foundation, just because I'm not trying to hide too much. So I feel like I don't need too much. Plus, I love a more natural look as opposed to like full bead. I'll do a full bead, but not unless I have to. So as part of my goals for 2020, I decided to kind of branch myself out, try to connect with more people, trying to connect with more women specifically. Yeah, trying to build my network, trying to have a few different friend groups. Right now I have like my one friend group whom I love, and they are my ride or dies. I'm in love with them. But I don't know, I feel like I feel like half of the people that I interact with are women, just statistically speaking, and there are more women in the world, and I myself am a woman. Why not be friends with women? Or try to. But I will say that, like, female friendships have been the hardest, maybe for me. I want to say in general, but I can only speak for myself. I'm gonna go back in with the Mented just in some spots on my cheek and on my forehead. I just feel like in the very least, you could like go out with someone once or twice. Whether you gel or not, at least you tried. And if you don't gel, that doesn't mean, you know, there's beef or anything. It could still be cordial. And those are my thoughts on female friendships, but that's not exactly what I experience, and I don't understand why. I kind of understand why. People are a little bit different, and you know, I do understand that not all personalities can mesh together. All right, next I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. Camo Concealer. I'm almost running out, but girly is holding strong, and I have a backup. I've seen different trends on Instagram about like ways to put on concealer, and I just do what I do. And I'm also gonna go in with the Fenty Beauty Matchstick in Espresso to contour. I can't wait for bronzer season to come back because contouring is annoying. It's not annoying, but it's not as quick as bronzer season. Going in with my concealer brush. Now I always go in with my concealer brush on my nose and under my eyes, and I'll also kind of use it to like start blending out on my forehead. But for my forehead, this is a small brush to use, and so I'll also go back in with my blending brush. So very patchy. I'm leaving it like this intentionally while I take care of under my eyes. And I'm just doing light taps. And concealer is also the type of product that can be buildable. So if you don't know how much you need, to start off small, blend it, add more, blend it as you see fit, blend it. Okay. And I'm also just gonna go ahead, because I will be doing an eyeshadow look, I'm gonna take some of that concealer and just bring it up on my eye to start creating a base. Blend out the other side. In the eyeshadow space. All right, now I'm gonna take my blending brush, also by e.l.f., and just going to start smoothing everything out. First going in on my forehead because we didn't fully blend this out. And then under my eye. I love using a blended brush because this just helps kind of soften those lines, soften the transitions. All right, then I'm going to take this double-sided brush for my contour. Now with my contour, at first it will definitely look like it's like a straight, you know, patch, but I intentionally leave it that way as opposed to using another blending brush to kind of flesh that out because I will be adding a cream blush on that transition period to tie that area together. Other side for my nose. I personally try not to contour heavy, but at the same time, I don't really feel like my contour is ever heavy. All right, I'm gonna take my blending brush, there's nothing on it, and I'm just gonna tap down the middle, just softening that line up. Go back in, and I'm using the thicker side just to make sure that I still have something here. Okay. And bring it up to the inner corners of the eye. All right, next we're gonna put on a cream blush. I am still very obsessed with the blush palette by One Size. This one is in Cheek Clapper. And I'm gonna go in with the top cream color. And I'm going to apply that in the transition period between my contour and my concealer. Basically your cheek. And feel free to kind of smile and use that as a guide. Ooh, I love this palette. All right, I also like to take my blush brush and put some color on my forehead. And I'm not adding color, this is just after I've like patted out. And on my chin and on my nose just a little bit. This just creates an overall even kind of flesh feeling. Take my blending brush, just soften some lines. All right. All of the products I've used so far have been liquid or cream-based products. For that reason, I'm going to go in with my matte setting spray by NYX, just because I have combination skin, but I do tend to like glow a little bit. And not that I don't want to glow, I do, but I'd like everything to also stay in place, and I don't want to glow, touch, and then see it on my fingers. So. All right, after that, I'm going to go in with some setting powder. It's really cold outside, so I have on a pretty thick sweater, and I'm really happy about that. I wanted to dress up for drinks and appetizers, but it is very cold and very windy, and that's just not dress up weather. So I'll do my best via makeup and accessories, and I'll show you guys the final look. But yeah, I wanted to wear a skirt, not in this weather. So I'm going in with my Fenty setting powder. Pardon my finger injuries. Pardon my finger injuries. There was a situation with a knife earlier this week, and then a situation at work in the later half of that same week, this week. So the areas that I'm gonna focus on with this setting powder is gonna be like right here by my nose, as well as under my eye where we've put that, the concealer. And then just going to bring the excess powder up into my eyelid area, because that will help us later when we go in with some eyeshadow. And then I will go in with some powder on my forehead. And if you noticed, I skipped my cheeks, and that's because I'm gonna go in with back into that One Size palette. This time we're gonna go in with the powder, the second blush. And this is also pretty pigmented. So, and because we already did the base with the cream blush, we don't need to do too much. Bridge of my nose. Beautiful. Beautiful base. Let me know in the comments if you've had the same friend group your whole life, if you had a few different friend groups throughout your life, if you currently have one friend group or if you currently have multiple friend groups. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with one way or the other. I just know that for me, I feel like I have one right now. I just feel like I need to connect more with people. For my eyebrows, I'm gonna be going in with a brow pencil from Sephora. And just gonna, I don't know if I'll be able to talk while I'm doing my eyebrows. Then I brush everything over, which just helps with that natural look. Every time I do my eyebrows, I'm like, what will my eyebrows look like now? What will my eyebrows look like today? Because I really don't know until it kind of like comes together. Eyebrows make or break a look for me. And whether the eyebrows are thick, whether they're thin, I really don't care as long as they look uniform. Well, I care if it's like super thick, but I don't do that because I use a eyebrow pencil as opposed to anything else that creates a thicker, I feel like I have more control with a pencil. And I feel like I get a more natural looking eyebrow with a pencil too, because I get to create, I get to draw the hair in basically, like an artiste. All right. They're not the same eyebrow, but that's okay because eyebrows are cousins, not sisters anyway, or sisters, not twins. Before I go in, I'm going to lightly set again, but this time with the Milani Make It Last 16-hour original setting spray. And I'm not doing too much because this can kind of bring me back to a more dewy look. Not that I'm looking for a dry look or fully matted look, but I'm looking for like a skin finish look. From here, we can play in some eyeshadow. And I think I want to do like a, look at this ColourPop color my friend got me. My friend and nail tech got me for my birthday recently. This color is so pretty. So pretty. It's like green and pink and blue. And then there's this one, which is a little more peach gold, but equally as pretty. I might use that one today. Yeah, I think I will. It's hard for me to find a brown that actually works and shows up on my skin tone. Just remembered that I have a small brown palette, brown smoky eye palette by e.l.f. Heck yeah. And that brown is what I will be using as my base color. I was just about to say that there's not a lot of brown colors that show up. See, look at that, instant. I had just spoken too soon. Now, I'm not doing anything dramatic, just want something a little darker that will help that like pink peach color show up. And if you have hooded eyes like me, go ahead and apply that dark color above where your eye crease is. Just use that eye space, my friend. And I'm really speaking to myself because I don't use that eye space as much as I should. I'm still learning. Yeah, that's nice brown. Yeah, and you can stop like right above your eyebrow bone, honestly. Bring it up. Beautiful. Next, I'm gonna go in with the NYX Ultimate Palette. I love this palette so much, but today we are using it to be the base for this shimmer. So I've used this color before and it's quite bright, so I'm really kind of leaning more towards this one here or here. I'm kind of leaning towards here since this is so bright, just to kind of tone it down. And for colors that go directly on your lid, you want to pat them in. Oh yes, that's pretty. And this is a color that, especially towards the center of your eye, speaking to my hooded eyed girls, go ahead and really like feel, not in terms of pressure, but put it where you feel your eye socket is. And that will be where you stop. And you can still see that brown out there. Also, another New Year's resolution that I've made this year, not resolution, but something that I want to work on this year, is doing like more intense looks. And I'm saying intense because I really am like a natural beauty type of girl. So even doing like eyeshadow like this is not something that I do every day, nor is it something that I want to do every day. But I do want to be comfortable doing it so that it doesn't feel like an experiment when I need to do it. I'm gonna take the brush that had that brown, there's nothing on it, but just gonna make sure that the corners are still the darkest points. All right, now I'm gonna go in with that shimmer color and a shorter bristled brush, and I'm gonna kind of slide that through and just start to add it on. And I'm being very careful because I don't want like too much sparkle, because that's not me. I just want the shimmer of it more than anything. And again, this method that I'm using is a build up method. I haven't quite mastered going back when you end up being too heavy-handed, and so for that reason I try to keep it light and then add on to it if I need to. I feel like where I am now with this is perfect. Oh, I also don't know if you guys noticed, but I didn't take the shimmer all the way out to the end either. I like barely got it past the middle. And that is it for that. Let's go ahead, and I kind of want to revisit that brown in the corner. Just something about it is not, I feel like I lost some of the brown, so I just want to bring it back just in the corners. Just bring that brown back. Yeah, that's better. All right, now I'm gonna use some eyeliner and get ready to put my lashes on. I'm using a black eyeliner by Juvia's Place, and this eyeliner is very slippery, or has some slip to it, so I'm using it I'm holding it on the long end for better control, believe it or not, but also to create like the smallest line possible, because I don't want anything too thick. I just want something that will kind of cover the or just help the lashes look more natural. Let me get my lashes together. While the glue is drying on my lashes, I am going to put on some mascara. Oh, bring the mirror because I can't without it. And trying to be really careful of this eye look. Still very basic, but there nonetheless. These lashes I'm about to put on are by Eye Envy. They don't have a pretty, the actual band on the lash is pretty light, which I typically go for like a thicker band because I feel like I have more control. I feel like the lashes kind of stick better. It almost looks like eyeliner, but I really liked the volume of these lashes. They were kind of more natural, and it said L shape, which I was curious about because my lashes under my natural lashes curl almost immediately, so that ends up being an issue with synthetic lashes. But let's see. They're definitely very lightweight, which I like. Let's see the other one. And then go through and just kind of secure it. Not bad. The inner corners are always the hardest for me when it comes to lashes. I'm debating whether or not to do bottom lashes, which I always do and will continue to do. Just to remind folks that I still have bottom lashes. All right, so before I do my lip, I am going to put my wig on. I'm gonna do it off camera because I'm not doing anything special. I'm not gonna glue anything down. I'm just gonna plop it on right on top of my head. So I will be back. All right, guys, I am back and I changed my shirt. I feel like this is better. This is the better way to go. So I have the wig on. This wig is dry and it actually needs a wash or some kind of TLC right now. It's been in a bun for about 3 or more weeks. But I took it out and, you know, it doesn't look bad, so I'm gonna keep it. It's not a lot of work it's gonna be a lot of work to try to figure something out, so just gonna leave it as is. But because I had cut very bad layers into this wig and it's not actually curled right now, this is just a tousled mess, I will be tucking it behind my ears, just to give it a little more, to make it look better, honestly, to make it look a little bit less messy. I'm just gonna be and this is not unusual for me anyway, so all right. I do have a few little small dainty earrings that I will be pairing with this. I really like these earrings, although small. I really like them because it has like a copper and silver, and because most of my jewelry that I don't remove is silver, anytime I do wear kind of gold with them, I kind of like to choose this type of earring. I'm not wearing any gold, but this just really pops, to me, really pops up against the red hair as well as the like metallic gray top that I have on. All right, and so for my lip, first thing I'm gonna do is go in with my brown lip liner. This is a Sephora lip liner. This one is a little like glossy smooth, which is great because I will be using 2 lip products. One is a soft matte and the other one is more liquid. So just gonna line the lips. And I'm just following my same lip shape. I'm not going above or beyond in terms of like shape. I'm not going outside any lines. I'm staying right where my lip ends. Kind of blend that out. I am towards the outsides of my mouth gonna go in with this NYX Soft Matte Lip in Berlin. I am so enjoying NYX lip products right now. I love the Soft Matte collection. I love the gloss, what is it called? I love the Butter Gloss collection. All right, so this is a more brown and kind of muted color. So I'm gonna keep it on the outside. And brown is typically what I wear when I wear this wig, just because it's pretty red and I'm not really trying to do any more with color when I have this wig on. All right, clean up some of the lines. Okay, and then for the very center of my face, I did pick up a new lip because I need more. I don't need more. This is, I picked up a new lip. This is Vinyl by Maybelline. You have to shake it and then use it. This color I was really hoping would come out looking like this when I put it on. That's not the case. It comes out like a more bright pink. Not bright, still kind of, you know, still kind of warm, but definitely more pink than what I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be like a mauve, a little bit like a light mauve. But anyway, putting this at the very, very center of my lips. And then just kind of blotting it to get it to disperse. This is not my main lip color, and for that reason I don't want it to act like my main lip color, so I'm doing my best that when I'm blobbing, I'm kind of blobbing in place so that it stays in the middle. All right, and just gonna go back over my lips again with that brown lip liner. So now we should have a nice gradient of like dark brown or brown in general to a more pinkish, a little bit lip. I could put a gloss on this if I wanted to. I'm gonna go in with the butter gloss, guys. I can't help it. I just love these products so much. I'm going in with Salty Cocoa. I just feel like this on top, everything that's happening right now will just really tie it all together. And like I said, I love this stuff. And let me go ahead and zip up my lip bag so that I don't go back in there and add more. All right, guys, and this is the final look. I like it. It's simple, it's cute, it's just a little bit of glam, it's soft glam. The colors really work nicely together. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for lasting this long with me and getting ready with me while I go get drinks and appetizers. Fun stuff. And make connections with people, which is really what I'm looking for in this today. Even out of this, my YouTube channel, I'm looking to connect with people. So like, subscribe, comment below. Let's have a conversation. Do you have a lot of group of friends? Do you have a few close friends? Do you feel like you need to connect with people more, or are you kind of keeping more to yourself? Thanks for tuning in and hope you come back to this channel for more videos.